All right, we're going to do a quick little tutorial here on the UI for Super Dungeon Maker. Basically, what's on your screen, how you can control it, keyboard controls, all that jazz. So starting in the top left corner here, we have the camera controls, which is actually WASD, and that moves your camera around. That's only for build mode. In play mode, that'll control your character. So when you're in build mode, WASD controls the camera. Next to that, you'll see these two little symbols here. This is a magnifying glass. Zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in and zoom out is on your mouse wheel. Scroll back to zoom out and scroll in to zoom in. Below that, you're going to see your building selection, and they're divided into two sections. The top one is like your materials and your items, and then the bottom one is your tiles. And to switch between that, you press tab. Tab will give you your items, so you can select golden chest, or if you want to switch to your tiles, you press tab and then you have tiles. So that's that. To expand the sections here, you can click on this button right here. That opens up all your options that you can use, or you can scroll with this little slider. To go up and down, it's 1 and 2. 1 and 2 goes up, 1 goes up, 2 goes down, and then Q and E switches between left and right. So if you go Q and then 1, it switches to the next one, and you can press E and you can go in. So you can actually just use the keyboard if you get really good at this and navigate all of your stuff. It's very intuitive, as you can say, if you only use the keyboard. I use the mouse mostly, so I end up doing stuff like this, clicking on it and selecting, placing, removing, etc., etc. So you can use keyboard or mouse to select. I generally use tab to switch between tiles and then building materials. It's just much faster. So next, below that, you're going to have a little floppy disk symbol, and this is to save your dungeons. So when you press it, it does a little action, and that is saving your dungeon. I've requested that they put a little, would you like to save your dungeon, yes or no? That would help players know that they're actually saving the dungeon. The next thing below that is your themes. So if you have the full version, you can click on this and switch between themes. There's the beach theme. There's the forest theme that we were just in. And then there's the castle theme. Those are all the themes currently. All right. Next beside that is the light slider. So when you want to have different lighting in your dungeon, you're going to be clicking on this and adjusting the slider. And as you can see, when you play the game, it gets much darker. Or much brighter. So the full brightness doesn't really have very many shadows. They're very hard to see. I tend to put it on roughly 80% or so. Gives a nice shadowy effect, good feeling, vibes, you know what I'm saying. But this isn't a tutorial about building, this is a tutorial about the UI. Okay, so next, on the top right corner, we have Z, F, and Y. Z and Y are undo and redo. So I place a doorway, and then the Z, you see the Z is lit up. So if you press Z, removes it. And then Y, re-adds it. So you can do a bunch of stuff, like say you're doing some work here or whatever, and you don't like it, boom, easy, easy. F is to fill. So right now I've created a giant room, but if you were to make another room, for example, up here, and quick way to make a room, for example, is to go like this, make an outline, and then you're going to use the fill button, F, to fill. You don't click, well, I guess you can click on the middle. They changed that, but yeah, easy way to fill. It's not like you would think, like it doesn't fill this with walls. It fills it with tiles. Or you can also fill it with items like that. You got to be careful though. Use the fill carefully because it can crash the system. It can do a bunch of other things if you're not careful with it. It can overload the game pretty quickly. All right. So below that you have left click and right click. Right click is it's a little trash can symbol, which is basically remove, and left click is place. So anything you're going to add is left clicking, anything you're going to remove is right clicking. Same with tiles. You're adding a tile, and removing is basically creating a wall or removing it. So that's a wall. Fink can't walk through it. Okay, so back to this. You could fill it with F. Easy. Quick building. All right, below that is the floors. So currently there's 3 floors: the first floor, the second floor, and the basement floor. And quickly show you, stairs down and stairs up go to different floors. So stairs down takes you to the basement, and stairs up takes you to the second floor. So it shows you here, also shows you below your hearts when you're on your floors. But that's another tutorial. All right. What can we do here? What else do we have to show? The only thing left here basically on the UI to explain is the P right here. P is to play or build. It switches between play and build. And a common thing a lot of people say is, I'm building a big dungeon and I lose track of Fink and I don't know where he is. Just press P and then you can grab Fink and bring him to where he is. I think the devs are going to add a little feature for that as well. And that's pretty much it about the UI. Also, if you press escape, you'll have options here, your graphics, music, stuff like that. One important thing here to feature is, or to talk about, is the bug reporting section. So if you find a bug, or if you think something is a bug, you can report it by clicking on this button. Brings up a little bug form you can fill out. And then there's also Discord right here. You can join us on Discord, and that's about it. All right, guys, we'll see you.